What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Talks with your boy Jed and your boy
Fabian.
Let's go. Before we start anything, before we talk about anything, bro, how are you feeling today?
Alright, bro, you know, every time I step in this building, I feel amazing, I feel ecstatic, I'm around my kings, let's go.
Yes, sir.
How are you, my bro?
Bro, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I can't lie. Today I was feeling a bit sluggish. It's been a long week. It's been a fantastic week.
It has.
It's been a long week, but a fantastic week, and I was feeling a bit sluggish, but the second we turned this camera on, it went up to 100. So, bro, I'm feeling splendid, my bro. Anything exciting happening for you this week?
This week, anything crazy happened? Anything exciting? It was a very regular, good week for me.
I like that.
So yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, you know, making a few more side hustles, you know.
Okay.
Got a few things going on, but yeah, everything's been cool, man. What about you?
You know what? The week has been very, very chill, but yesterday was looking at the designs of a certain thing and then got told the news that I'd be seeing the prototype of a certain thing. So, yeah, good end to the week for sure. And then to finish on this is a high note. So yeah, feeling very, very good, my bro.
That's good, my bro. That's good. So, bro, today we're talking about. I've known you for a very long time. You know me for a very long time.
It's been a decade, right? Yeah, since 2011.
Yeah,
10 years we've known each other.
Very long time. Very long time.
Yeah.
And obviously we are getting to business. Like after all these years, and I think we need to not talk about just our business, but talk about how some friendships work when it comes into business, and how some friendships cannot work when it comes into business. And I think actually giving people a few insights of how they set up a business and how it doesn't always happen straight away. You got to give it time and make things happen.
Yeah, and I think it's incredibly important to understand that from our perspective, like we as teammates had been through so much to get to the point where we trusted each other enough, knew each other enough, and loved each other enough to go to the point where like starting a business together is something that we can handle, our relationship can handle. Because some relationships, they're not built on that kind of level of trust or that kind of level of pressure. And I think it's fantastic that our relationship had handled pressure to the nth amount, to the elite amount, on a national championship stage, putting our bodies on the line to that point, but then also going through things outside of football, outside of sport, where we've been through a lot, and to be able to still be side by side meant that we could handle other challenges other than just sport and still keep it moving forward, which I think is an incredibly important aspect when we started this journey.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it was more of the trust. Yeah. Like, I think with some friendships, you can trust them, but you don't know if you can trust them with your future. Trust them with your passion. And I think finding, like, with me and you, I think we both understood each other and actually trusted enough in each other to keep something secret and to actually work on something that we both actually believed in. So
yeah, you know what? It's that trust and it's that communication that we have, because when you came to me with the idea, I didn't 100% see it at first. You know, like the moment you said it, I was like, yeah, it's the one. But I didn't 100% get it, and it took a few days of talking about it, and for me to really start to picture it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is 100% it. But what I had at first was I completely trusted you 100%. Yeah. I have endless amount of faith in us as a team that no matter what we do, we get it done. We make it happen 100%. No matter what we do that damn thing.
Yeah,
so,
we do. We definitely do. 100%, bro.
So it was that belief in us, so it was that trusting you, that belief in us, and then that open communication where I was always asking you questions at the beginning about kind of what do you mean about this, what do you mean by this, and you were just like, yeah, so this is simply what it is. And the more we spoke about it, the more I was like, okay, let's get this thing rolling. So yeah, it's definitely trust is such an important one, and that belief in us. I genuinely think there isn't a thing that me and you, if we put our heads together, we can't do.
Like 100%, I believe it. I think like every industry out there, everything that's going on, I think if we wanted to get into something right now, I think we could, no matter what it is.
Bro, genuinely, I think if me and you started a business on grass, we'd make the best grass company in the world. That might be the next thing we do. I don't know.
I'm talking about normal grass people.
Yeah. Like growing up out of the ground.
Legit grass. Yeah. But yeah, no, 100%. And I think that's just one of the aspects that come to actually when it comes into business, it comes into a friendship, it comes into starting something with someone that you are passionate about. And I think we definitely capture that as much as possible. And I think over the last couple of weeks, it's excelled.
Oh,
because where we've had to speed up processes and get to where we're trying to get to, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm happy to see that we've actually been able to do that.
Yeah, you know what? Something else I want to say is we, over the past year and a half, we've both had moments where we've taken steps back as far as amount of time we've been able to apply to what we're pushing for, and amount of energy we're able to apply. You know, going through furlough, coronavirus, different things, lapses of moments where we didn't, our energies weren't able to cross over. And what was good was we would call each other and we'd be like, yeah, I've been off on this, and you'd be like, yeah, I know, and that's okay because I kept it running. And then there'd be times where you're like, I've been busy with work or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, I know, and that's why I've been thinking about this, and this.
Why I'm yawning.
Exactly, but there's that moment where life is happening, especially when you're starting something and you're trying to build something, and nobody else knows what it is other than you. It's like you don't have any other framework to work it on. It's just you. So it's great to know that if I'm not able to pick it up for a week or whatever, I'll call you and you'll be like, yeah, I know, that's why I've spent the last week working on it from my side. And there was always that moment where you're just like, there was always that trust where you're like, yeah, I know, you can take a slower week because I trust that the second you're taking a faster week, that'll pick up everything else.
Of course. And exactly what you're saying is the same what I'm saying now for what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. It's that it was been so slow, like you said, for the first year and a half, and now it's like, we're putting each week. I feel like we're getting like a month's done. Like some people take a month to do what we've done in the last week, because just to get to that.
Well, that was us. We would take a month to do what we've done in the last week. A year ago. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think it's you put in the surroundings and the ability to be able to find things to fix what we need to do together. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's funny because every time now that we're going into a phase of pushing things further, when we're coming to meetings and we're talking to people about the idea, it's like, this is so well thought out, and it's like, yeah, of course it is, because we spent 2 years. He working. We've put 2 years into the thought process. So when people say to us now, it's like, oh, this is so well thought out. I can see why you've done this and this. And it's like, yeah, because we've planned this for such a long time, and we didn't rush anything as well, which I think is an important thing. Is working on the time to kick something into the second gear for sure.
And that's the thing. It's like the product that we're actually looking at the moment is things like, for it to be in my brain for the last 2 years, to be on my conscience, to say, like, I know it's gonna work. And it's the thing is, it wasn't even like I was like that at the beginning. It's more like it was a good idea for me. I thought it was a good idea. Brought it to you. You enjoyed it. You said, this is amazing. And then it was that moment you came to me and said, I'm going to introduce you to my mentor. And shout out queen of all queens right now. I ain't gonna lie, one of the best mentors I've ever come across. She's amazing. Big Nikki in the building.
Big Nikki, and I think that's such an important thing. First of all, massive shout out to Nikki.
Shout out to Nikki. Trust me.
Nick, if you're watching this, we appreciate you. If you're listening to this, we appreciate you.
More than appreciate you.
There is something incredibly powerful about finding a mentor, because it once again comes back to that relationship thing that me and you were talking about. Is the thing that makes our relationship so good, just as friends, as brothers, but also as business partners, is trust and belief. And to find a partner that trusts both of us, but trust whoever you are if you're trying to start something up, to find a mentor that trusts you, but also believes in what you're doing and believes in the thing you're trying to create, is so important, because they can have all the advice in the world and all the help in the world. If they don't believe in it, they're not going to invest. They're not going to invest energy, they're not going to invest time, they're not going to invest anything of value to what you're trying to build. And I think that's really important, because the moment you pitched the idea to Nikki, in that moment she said, yeah, I get it. Do you remember that moment? And
that's what I liked about it. And it's not the point that she just took it in and she liked it. It was the fact of, I pitched my idea and someone listened to my idea, and within that space of 20 minutes or half an hour of that meeting, you turned my idea bigger. And that's what blew me up. Because I gave you my idea and Nikki goes around to me and goes, yeah, but you're in this business, not that business. And when she said that business, that turned our small idea, our small little business that we're trying to make, into completely global. And obviously we're not sharing what we're doing and what it is at the minute, but once it does actually launch, it will be all over the socials, and we will definitely be sharing it and showing you all kinds of things we'll be doing with it. But Nikki, absolutely an amazing person, completely blessing soul and always there willing to help people. So shout out Nikki, man.
100%.
Absolutely one of our top mentors right now.
100%, 100%. And I think it's, you know what it is? It's that reframing our focus and our perspective that I think is important from that, because we fall in love with the idea. It's our passion. It's something. It's almost like a baby to us, in that we want to get this thing right, and we really want to put to it. What Nikki's role was that she inherited, that she took on, and what I think is important in a mentor is to create the perspective and to create the wider framework for how this thing can be successful. Because we could talk for hours and days about what we're trying to create, the minute detail about what we're trying to create. It was a great thing for Nikki to reframe it and to create that idea. It's like, you're doing this, but this is the scope of it.
Exactly.
And it opened our eyes to something so much bigger and so much more powerful. And I think that's something that's really important. Is we are so busy looking at the one thing. Without maybe that perspective that Nikki provided us, we could have got lost in just focusing on that one thing.
True. And that's where I think I was until I met Nikki. I think literally I was.
Yeah, and it gives us an opportunity to step back and to be like, we need to now frame this holistically, much bigger than what we're looking at it. And with that, it gives us a much more powerful contingency plan. It also gives us a chance to look at a market so much bigger than the market we were originally looking at.
Going on that, you think about what we're doing now is like, we've made it into 3 different markets already. Yeah. And it's the first prototype.
Yeah.
And I think it just goes relaying back onto what she taught us, and it's trying to show the people how important a good mentor can be.
Yeah.
Because finding a good mentor, it's not they disagree with you. It's not they're always just saying yes.
Yeah.
They're trying to see what you see and help you correct and realign it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what an actual good mentor should be giving to their prospects, and actually showing them what is a good thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Another aspect of it that I found really interesting with Nikki, it's almost like going into Dragon's Den. Have you ever watched Dragon's Den?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to lie. That's what it was with the first meeting with Nikki. Right? First meeting's like, oh yeah, she's coming. No, she's going to be here. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, is this going on because she's just like that powerful? Like she does what she wants. Is this meeting going to go okay? I don't know what she looks like. I don't know how she acts or anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, sat down, I was like, well, let me hear it. And I was like, okay. And I remember I was just going. And then when I finished, and then just to hear a response, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I have to say, when I walked in and... Oh no, were we sitting there first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you walked in, it's the first time in my life I remember you being nervous.
Yeah.
And I saw you walk up and I was like, you know what? It's the first time I've ever seen Fabian nervous. And I was like... What that did for me, first of all, was double down on how important this thing is to you. Because it's like, wow. We've been in national championship games. We've been down in the semi-final against our rivals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've looked each other in the eyes and not had a hint of nerves within us because we knew what we had to do.
Yeah,
and so to see that moment there was like, that's how powerful this thing is, and that's how also powerful Nikki is to be able to bring that emotion into us. So from that moment there, it was like, this thing is full steam ahead. Yeah. But it's like with Dragon's Den, if you get the right mentor, they're not just providing you with funding or information, they're also providing you with much wider connections.
Yeah.
And that's something that's so powerful. It's like, now whenever we go to Nikki with an idea, she potentially is like, oh, well, I know someone who can do this, or I know someone who can do that. And it's like, oh, damn, we can turn what was just a conversation between us two into something that connects us with 10 people, that will then connect us with 50 people, and so on and so forth. And that's how it can spread, just because of this knowledge hub and this knowledge base that is a good mentor, and is Nikki for us.
Yeah. 100%. So taking a little break from all of that.
Oh, you got a sound from?
I've got a little question.
Okay. Talk to me.
Okay, so we're gonna talk sauces. Sauces.
Well, bro, that's because you got too much sauce.
No, you got too much.
Dripping in the sauce.
You always dripping. Yeah. So let's talk some sauces.
Okay.
If you was gonna have, say, just a portion of chips. Yeah. Everyone's got their sauce they go for.
Yeah.
They got their salt and vinegars, or they might go just salt, and they might just go some vinegar, or you might just go just that straight chip oil.
Okay. Chip out.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Right? I want to know, what is your go-to sauce for your portion of chips?
My go-to sauce for chips?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's definitely got... First of all, you got to have salt and vinegar on it for me.
Okay.
For me, you got to have salt and vinegar. Because, it's...
Which vinegar, though?
I'm not even thinking that deep, you know?
I know some people do, though. Some people are like, just the onion vinegar, where it's just still vinegar, but yeah.
Yeah. Whatever vinegar I get in a chicken and chip shop.
Okay, cool.
That's the vinegar I'm getting. Salt and vinegar, but with tomato ketchup. Now, if you'd have asked me this 10 years ago when I was back at secondary school, I'd have been like, burger sauce.
Hey, shout out my burger sauce.
Boss man, let me get burger sauce. Every single time without fail, burger sauce. Burger sauce was juicy. Like, I love burger sauce so much.
I remember when people were putting more burger sauce on the chips than there was chips.
Oh, 100%. It was soup. It was soup with chips in it. It was chip burger sauce soup is what it was. So yeah, for me now, it's ketchup on top. You know when you do the little, the lines, or the diagonal lines? That's what I do. I don't do the little, you know when people put a big dollop in the
I can't do that.
I don't do that. Yeah, I just do the little drizzle and then with the salt and vinegar and it's good. What about you, bro?
See, we talking just chips. I normally just go salt and vinegar.
Oh, for real?
Salt and vinegar.
No ketchup?
I'm not a ketchup guy.
Really? No barbecue sauce? No.
Can't put barbecue sauce on
What's the sauce?
not on the chip shop chips. Nah.
Okay, I hear you.
Like, if I'm feeling a bit crazy, and I'm going old school with it, I'm gonna get the curry.
Oh, you took it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the curry because I'm like, you know what? I feel old school today. I'm like, oh, boss, man, get me that curry. Yeah? And you get that little pot of curry and you go to town on the chips.
Yeah, I hear it. You know what? The only time I get curry sauce is if I'm having... There's this place called Herman's in German. Have you ever been to Herman's in German?
I haven't, no.
So Herman's in German, they do like, I want to say Frankfurts, like they do like sausages.
Okay.
And they do a vegan curry wurst, which is basically chips, a hot dog, a vegan hot dog, and curry sauce.
Nice.
And incredible, absolutely incredible. Like the curry sauce in that mix is beautiful. So I completely feel. I feel like last time we spoke, we also spoke about curry goat, curry chicken, all that. So I feel like there's a running theme. When we talk about food right now, just curry sauce. Whatever curry it is, we're going into the mix every single time.
Definitely. And second one, still sticking on sauces.
Okay.
So now, obviously, we had a little munch before this. We had a little Byron burger.
Oh yeah, shout out to Byron.
And it got me thinking, what is your go-to sauce for your burger?
Oh, bro, what is going on in the streets? That's a great question, you know. That's a great question again. First of all, I think if you're having just a regular cheeseburger, it's the same. I gotta say ketchup. Like I like a tomatoey sauce in there. If you've not got tomato in the burger, If you've got tomato in the burger, I don't think having ketchup is worth it because you've already got tomato flavours already.
I hear that.
And obviously, there's a difference because the ketchup provides a sweetness that the actual tomato itself potentially doesn't, and a tanginess. But I don't want to have tomato with also ketchup. So when that's the situation, I want to add something hot. So I'll add a different sauce to it. So off the top of my head, maybe a sriracha kind of sauce to go in there. I like heat on a on a.
I know you like some heat.
Yes, sir. So yeah, maybe a sriracha in there, and I think sriracha is a sauce you can put on most things, and it would make it better. So,
alright, and I'm gonna go a bit deeper with this one.
Okay.
Seeded bun. Brioche bun.
Okay.
Or powdered bun.
I don't have brioche buns, first of all, because we don't do eggs in this household, so we don't have brioche buns in this household, We don't do that around here, so we cut that out immediately.
Shout out my dog egg eaters and that.
Yeah, for real! They're just living, shining as they do.
Still out here looking the top 10s.
Exactly! Just bun eggs, get rid of eggs for the world and that. Anyway, I'm gonna say seeded bun. I feel like a seeded bun is healthier. I don't know why. I don't even know if it is. I haven't even checked it out. But it tastes healthier because it's got seeds. So I'm gonna say the seeded bun is for me.
Okay.
What about you, bro? You didn't give me no sauce for your burger. You also didn't tell me what bun. So tell me what bun and what sauce.
Cool. So if we go in classic like burger, like I'm talking, like everyone knows I got that kind of American feel to my food, right? So if I was gonna go just a classical burger from a burger joint, I'm probably gonna get a powdered bun at first.
Okay, I hear you.
A powdered bun at first. Get my nice lettuce, all of that on it. But I'm not gonna go with a sauce. I'm gonna go with onion relish. Because like I said to you, I don't do ketchup. Flavor. Don't know about the onion relish. Check out the onion relish. On the burger, it's different. As you can see, my sauteing food, different.
I can't believe you did that, you know. I'm gonna have to take a second. I can't believe
and you don't understand, it don't taste the same in a seeded bun. You have to have it on like a powdered bun or a brioche bun, but powdered bun preferably.
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you brought such elegance.
But like, obviously, you know, we got back in the day, you know, if all my people from the south know about Morley's when their Triple M burger was 99p and that, you get me?
What,
so
you mean a burger?
Yeah.
You mean a burger?
You know, you come out Lego Cinnamon Bars straight across the road, Triple M burger, 99p, let me get that real quick.
Yeah, boss man, roll up the Triple M real quick.
Yeah, so I used to get that, and that used to obviously be the burger sauce. Burger sauce is obviously still up there.
Yeah.
But like, I'm going into like flavours now. You get me? Not grease. Grease is not a flavour.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want flavours now. So onion relish, powdered bun, get at me.
The fact that you did that, you know, I think the listeners need to take 5 minutes because I can't. If I was listening to that, and you dropped that, I'd pause it. I'm going for a walk. I'm like, I can't believe it.
I mean, like, it's like the thing is, you know, everyone's even why I want to bring that question in because it's like we talk about that, we talk about cheeseburger, whatever. Like I've been living with my cousin for like 3 years now, and even from before when we used to, I remember we used to go McDonald's drive-through it, and it still laughs when I used to hear it. He used to order, and he probably still does to this day, a double cheeseburger, no cheese. You know how mad that sounds? Can you imagine being on the other side of the intercom and he goes, yeah, can I get a double cheeseburger, no cheese? So they back him, so you want just 2 hamburgers? No, I want a double cheeseburger with no cheese. So you want a double hamburger? I said, yeah, that's right.
So, I thought I needed to take a minute when you said onion relish. I feel like I need to take a minute now you said a double cheeseburger with no cheese.
Yeah. It's mad.
What is going on?
But it's like the same, he does that or you'll go, can I get a mayo chicken, no mayo?
Is he doing it just to be difficult?
Nah, he just dry, man. He don't like cheese though. I give him that. He don't like cheese.
Oh, okay, fair dues.
He really can't stand cheese. Like if you start melting cheese like in there, like nah.
You get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, and that just needs to bring you guys back. If you haven't seen the episode where me and Fabian talk about
cheese toasties,
and then the episode after where Fabian cooked up an incredible cheese toastie and also a mouse trap, which if you guys don't know is the Marmite with the cheese.
Yeah, we don't do Marmite.
I still remember to this day Fabian was annoyed at the fact that he was using Marmite in his cooking. But yeah, check those out, please. Fantastic. That was a great question and actually took us to a magical place. So thank you for that. And now I want to take this topic of starting a business a little bit further and talk about positive influences around us.
Okay.
And there are 2 people I want to bring up. I'm not going to name no names, but there are 2 people I want to bring up who I think have been incredible positive influences for us. Okay. As far as starting our business and just moving forwards in general. The first one I want to mention is the person who set up the lighting and the camera in this room. And it's a person who you know you guys have seen if you're on Instagram, if you've listened to this podcast, if you've watched the videos. Mr. Ethan, he is an incredible human being who is always challenging us to be better, who is always supporting us from either a behind the camera lens or even in front of the camera, who facilitates our growth. Like we'll be talking about captions for Instagram,
100%,
he's there, he's supporting. We'll be talking about topics, he's like, have you guys thought about this? Like
listen, people, I've said it from the beginning when we went to Snowdon. I think we was talking in the car and he just managed to finish my sentence for me. I said, that's why, bro, you're always going to be here because you're thinking, like, where our brains miss something, you always fill it in. So it's absolutely amazing. So shout out the Canes. Let's go.
Yeah, for real. This man is genuinely nothing but positivity. And I think there are moments for us where we maybe have blind spots and he covers that, which I think is a beautiful thing and I think is really necessary when you're starting up anything. When you're trying to do anything, if you're just trying to go on a trip, to have somebody who catches any missing pots, any missing holes or whatever, who catches that, is so important because imagine we have a spelling error on a post, or imagine if we talk about something and then forget to finish off the topic. He's always like, no, but you missed this, or maybe do this, or push forward. And that's so important. So I think when starting something, that it's integral that you get a friend who, first of all, is very well informed and also knows what the hell they're talking about.
100%. And you know, just to second that thought, like, not even just going off of like Ethan as a person, it just shows that being nice is free. Niceness is free. Because at the end of the day, because he is a nice person, and he respects us for what we're doing.
Yep.
He's happy to be involved in what we're doing.
Yep.
He's just nice about it.
Yeah.
It's not a case of he's looking for something. Yep. He's doing it because he's looking to get paid for something for it.
Yep.
He's doing it because he actually wants to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Because we've got friends that will do that. And obviously everyone has friends that sometimes just want to be a part of the hype.
Yeah, of course. And I think that goes with a saying, and we're definitely going to caption this saying, and we're going to drop a video with this saying here. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. And if we know anybody who is an embodiment of that saying, it is Mr. Ethan right there, because he always does the right thing because it's the right thing, regardless of anything else that comes with it. Yeah, so that's one person that I wanted to mention. Now there's a second person I want to mention. I'm not going to drop their name because I don't know if they'll be comfortable with it, but that's Coach.
Yeah.
And there's never been a time in my life that I know where Coach hasn't supported.
Yeah, 100%.
But obviously you have a much closer relationship and a closer interaction when it comes to starting business and leading. Would you like to talk on that a little bit?
Yeah, so obviously Coach is, before I actually go to the person I'll talk about,
okay,
the reason I will give Coach his respects is when I came out, right? I'm talking about the very day I came out, Coach pulled up to my house.
God damn.
And do you know what he said to me?
What did he say?
Your spot's still there on the team. And I'm not talking just like on the team there, I'm talking about when we go to work every year for the National League. Yeah. He said, your spot's still there. We'll see you then. And I was just like, yo, like, alright, cool. And when it got to that time of year and it all happened, I was like, man, emotional, because I went from, being there to like, I'm back in the locker room, baby.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Like, life is normal again. Life is feeling like normal a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's get this. And so shout out to Coach for that. But for me, massive part of my life, a massive part, I think, of me growing up, being a part of the person I am, was my boss, which is my old boss, which is a very big role model for me. But both of them was him and his sister. Yep. Basically showed me and shaped me about money. Showed me about what it's like to be in a job and everything. And for me, it was hard because they was there from the beginning, from when Mum was around and right through when Mum passed, and they helped me out a lot through that. Yeah. Because through that transition, it was more being an adult, learning to pay bills, trying to actually stay on top of bills and actually know where all money goes. And I was struggling a lot. And he used to help me out every week, every time I didn't have no money to keep it going. And I think after the first year or so, I started to make enough money for myself. Like, that's when I think my brain started ticking more, because he always used to say to me, find something, do something. He's the one that said to me, like, sell trainers. You want to sell trainers, go sell trainers. You want to go be a chef, go be a chef. Like, you want to be a PT, be a PT. Or you say, go be a bodyguard. He says all these things, like, he would throw things at me that he could see I'm good at. Yeah. And I think that's what was such a big role model for me, because I couldn't see things that I could possibly be good at, but he was like, yeah, go do it. Yeah. Because he could just see me doing it. And then eventually, obviously, that's when I took over the private box at the O2, and he let me run with it. And I did very, very well with it. Like, for the first year, I think the first time I did it, we broke even with loads of things going through. Like, as in, like, yeah, when I say broke even, I say we did well. Like we did well then, cool, compared to all the other years. And at that time, I was, 21, 22s? Like, and I was handling a lot of money. And I remember the first time I walked in at 16, he said to me, Fabian, through this job, you're going to handle a lot of money. And that sat in me for a while. Yeah. I never realised what he meant. Yeah. Now, back then, when we was in the shops, I used to cash up, say, $2,000 in cash. Because that's what you take in the shop. Yeah. But for me at 16, I've never seen $2,000 in cash. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, okay. And then some weeks it got more, some weeks it was less. And then it set me up for when I started doing the bigger deals, when it was now $6,000 to $8,000 in cash. Jeez. And it's just like, that's just how people wanted to pay or whatever, because obviously you're dealing with a whole different kind of actual level of custom. Yep. So I started to see all of that, and then I started to understand how money was made, what tax looks like, what's 20%. And yeah, he set me up into a way where I'm set for life, because he was the actual person that first said to me, "Go buy your house."
Wow.
And that was 6 to 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, because of him, like, it set me up into where, even if I fell for the next 3-4 years,
yeah,
I could sell that house and disappear. All because of a decision I listened to by someone that I look up to very highly. Yeah. Even to this day, I don't speak to of much because I think they're sorting things out that they need to sort out. They've left me to sort out my things, and I spoke to his sister not too long ago, and like, even then she still praised me, saying how proud she is that I'm doing things and whatever, because I'm still trying to sort things out because I know how to do it. And I think for anybody that has a loss or where you hit rock bottom, where you've been on a nice pedestal for a long time, you know where you've been before.
Yep.
So you should know how to get back there or past it. And it's what I say to like you and a lot of my friends now is that I've been up there before where everything's good, everything's gravy. You're not thinking about anything. Like, you're just living the life.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not even trying to get there no more. I'm trying to go past it.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about anything anymore. I just want it to happen.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. It was an amazing job. I used to love selling theatre tickets. It was absolutely amazing place. Walking through Leicester Square all day long.
You love it. You love to see it.
Like,
right?
I remember snapping every day. People goes, "You're always walking around." I said, "This is my job."
Yeah.
Like, I was an IT technician, an events host, and a salesman all at the same time.
That's lit.
And it's just like, what does he do? I do everything.
I work.
Yeah.
I work.
And for me, like, everyone said, "Why do you do so much?" And I said, well, because, to be fair, I owe this to them.
Yeah.
Because what everyone see, they made me. I saw my opportunity and I took it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, shout out to them. They're actually great mentors for me.
Shout out to them. And you know what stands truest about that story you just told there is the belief.
Yeah.
Like, they put belief in you from the second you walk through the door. They said, "We trust you with money. We believe in you that you can handle this money. We believe in you that you have the skill set to do all those multiple skills that you just mentioned there. We believe in you that you're going to take this to a higher level. Once the age came right, we believe that you can take the private box to another level." And it's that belief by somebody you trust and you have value in their words. Yeah. That belief that's put into you from them is invaluable. Yeah. It's like jet engine fuel. It shoots you to the moon. And like, if you can get people around you with that level of belief in you and that level of support, you're setting yourself up for success. And I think that's the main thing that we're saying here is that we believe in each other endlessly. But then also we have surrounded ourselves with people who believe in us endlessly as well and provide nothing but value. So all we're doing right now is creating a positive feedback loop of belief, of information, of support, of skills, and it just goes up and up and up. And that's, I think, why we're feeling this momentum push right now, right?
Well, 100%. And like, I'm gonna say to people who are saying, and that what you're saying is that's why I call it the inner circle.
Yeah.
Because the inner circle, everyone projects the greatness inside, and it just keeps spinning, and it's just amazing in there. And it's like I said to some of my closer friends, I said, that's why there's a box and there's a circle in a box. Because for every box you have, or every square, there's always a circle that fits in it inside it. And what happens when you put the circle inside a square? There's 4 corners that can't get in. And in those 4 corners are the people that get pushed out the circle and just see the same thing spinning and spinning around them while it all blows up in their face. And that's what I said to people. I said, we push those people out because their energy is not the same. If your energy is the same, you join in on that vortex and continue to spin up with it when the energy hits 100. Yeah. And if your energy stays the same, you stay at that one pace. So you get left out. So who's your inner circle and who do you need to push into that square? Think about that. Ooh.
And you know what? I think it's a good time to get some questions of mine.
And we know his questions are crazy. Like, my question is about food because I'm a food fanatic. But like, this guy just go crazy. Let's go.
Okay. First one. And this will be interesting because we're taking part in one of these right now. So it'll be interesting to choose. For your learning, for the information you take in and for motivation and other things like that, would you rather read books or listen to podcasts?
Ooh. Podcast.
Okay. Why podcast?
I find reading books more calming than for motivation. I think it's a place to get away. Where I feel podcast gets me back on track.
Yeah.
So like I see me walking down the beach, walking through the city, podcasting, everything else blacks out.
Yeah.
Where when I'm into a book, everything blacks out and the mind relaxes.
Okay, that's very interesting. From my perspective, I think it's books.
Okay.
You've seen our bookshelf out there, like
I see you look.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
But
like crazy.
But I just take books in for anything. So like I'm a massive comic fan. Yeah. Anybody watching the video, comment down below your favourite comic. I will happily get into a debate with you guys about it. I'm a massive comic guy, but also I just like reading books to learn and to grow, but also to kind of cut away. Podcasts for me, a lot of the time I use podcasts to turn off. So like if I'm washing up, I'll turn on like a funny podcast and just like listen to that and just cut away. So it's interesting the way that we learn in slightly different ways. Yeah. All right.
Just before you go to the next question, I noticed something about the books, right? When I watched a movie not too long ago, I think it was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Now, don't worry about why I was watching that movie, but just
Batman movie.
Yeah. So, how many movies have you seen when they walk into the library and someone goes, wow?
Yeah.
Right? I only got the reason why they do that now because of the fact of most of the movies they do that. Back then, there was only books. There wasn't phones. There wasn't TVs. It was just books and newspapers.
Yeah.
So where do you get all the information? Where do you find that thrill? Where do you get that amazement from?
Yeah.
It's in the books.
100%.
So when you see the person that has like a 5,000 book library,
you're
like, oh my god,
this person has all the information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I only just got that feeling, understand why they do that now. So I completely get it. I completely understand having the great.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. You know what? I never even clocked that. So I'm gonna take that in next time I see one of the movies. Okay, you're a coach. You've coached. Yes sir. I seen you coach. I seen you turn players around. You can't go, am I? You coach me every day just by living, bro.
Oh, geez.
So
this guy had me on that.
every day. So I've seen you coach at like an under 19 level. Yeah. I've also seen you coach at a university level. I've never seen you coach at a senior level. But I was going to ask you if you could have a chance to coach either juniors or seniors for the rest of your life, like an under 19s or an over 19s for the rest of your life.
Juniors.
Yeah? And how come?
I like building the future. Yeah. I don't need to think about now.
Ooh.
That's it.
We're clipping that one.
That's how I see it.
That's beautiful.
It's like, Tom Brady's great, but who's the next Tom Brady?
Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
If he got 7 rings, in 20 years' time, who's going to have 10 rings? Or 15 rings.
Probably Tom Brady because this man never retires.
I mean, don't tell the Freemasons we know, but literally.
Tom Brady got the elixir.
But you know, I think when you like E.T. said it, like when some players get to that level, they feel like they've made it. But it's like E.T. says, you're only just started once you get to that level because now you need to stay at that level. Where I like seeing the kids' passion to get to that level. Like, I want to find those 10 kids in the UK that say, I'm willing to work out 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go running 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm willing to stretch my body before I go to bed.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to take the opportunity. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. But we have a close friend and a person who I coached on juniors, called Issa. And this kid, and he's not a kid no more, he's a man. That guy, I saw him go from being somebody who had all the ability, all the hustle, but maybe struggled with their frustration and their focus. And over the space of a season, I saw him be like, I need to tune in. And he honed that focus on the same level of his hard work and his ability. So now he's over playing for Swarco. Yeah. One of the best teams in Europe.
Shout out Issa, man.
Shout out to Issa, because that's an incredible turn up.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm supposed to actually do a talk with him as well about the whole thing.
Ooh, listen up for that. Look, check on Fabian's channels for that, because that's going to come up. Because that's incredible to see somebody have that fire, and the fact that I can be a part of that journey.
Yeah.
Incredible, and I feel so blessed to be a part of that journey for any person I coach. I'm exactly the same as you. Coaching juniors 100%.
So it's the same thing you're saying, like same with Issa, because obviously Issa got come work with us when he was working with the teams when they came over, and I remember like he was catching balls for the kicker, right? And I'm on the other side. I'm working with another team. I said, it's amazing. He goes, I only did it last year, and it still blows my mind. I said, it's gonna blow your mind every year,
every single time.
Yeah.
There isn't a feeling in the world like standing in Wembley Stadium. 80,000 people in there cheering and getting ready for the game to start, and the punter kicks the ball to you. Yeah. That is a feeling, like you say, never ever gets old.
Yeah,
never ever gets old. Never.
But yeah, no, he's had an amazing trip and he's stuck at it. Like with all the things he's battled through, Like I've seen him train harder than some guys I know my age, older than me,
100%.
and he just be at it. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. Is like if you want something so bad, you're gonna go get it.
Yeah,
you gotta go get it.
And it comes back hard work, no excuses.
100%.
Hard work, no excuses. Keep going. And now, final question of the day.
Let's go.
Final question for you, sir. Now, you know I'm into movies. You know I'm into things like that. So it's got to be a movie question to finish up. Who is your favorite sports character in a movie? So I'm saying Mean Machine from back in the day. I'm saying Space Jam. I'm saying Rocky. I'm saying all of those movies. The Blind Side.
Wow.
All of them, bro. If you could choose one character from all of these movies that we've watched, we probably know line for line, who would it be?
So, I want to go for two that just came into my head, and then I realised the winner. I found the winner. The winner just went bang.
Okay, I like that.
So at first, I was thinking of, who did I go for? Well, okay, so I really had three because I had Nelly from The Longest Yard.
Oh, okay. Nelly from The Longest Yard was cool.
But the only reason why I liked him, because of that noise he made. Yeah, he did that noise, which is hilarious, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought, you're not the greatest. You're good, but you're not the greatest. Mm-hmm. Then I was thinking about, obviously, Gridiron Gang.
Yeah.
When the guy takes a shot for his guy, like he stops his guy from getting shot.
Yeah.
And obviously his guy gets killed or whatever.
Yeah.
That was great. And then I was like, nah. And then the other one that I was gonna say is obviously Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's obvious.
Yeah.
And then it came to me, Coach Carter.
Ooh! I love Coach Carter.
So when the kid gave up,
yeah,
and Coach Carter said, you have 1,000 burpees, you have 1,000 this. And he just started doing it.
Yeah.
And then some of the teammates started helping him do it.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's great.
Yeah.
I thought, that's just show you know why you need this sport. And that's the whole reason why I said I coach the juniors thing, because it's that kind of thing, like seeing a kid trying to get away from the wrong road to stay on track.
Yeah. Finding
his way out, finding the thing to keep his mind ticking in the right things and getting away from the wrong things. I thought that was amazing. Yeah. So yeah, definitely that guy from Coach Carter. So
you know what's really funny? This is why I know me and you, no matter what we do, we're gonna be successful. Because when I think of my favourite character in a sports movie, my favourite sports movie character, it's Coach Boone from Remember the Titans. Okay. Very, very similar style of character. You gotta do up downs until you don't get bored of up downs no more. You don't need no water. We're gonna do 3 days. All of that. That same energy there. Regardless of what the challenge is, I'm gonna turn these young men's lives around through sports. I'm gonna ignite and inspire and entice the passions of all of these people so that they can win together. And I think these characters represent something so much deeper in us, and that's why they stand out for us so much. And it's interesting that we both chose coaches. I think that's really, really powerful and something that we definitely need to get into. I think there's something in there that we need to look at, like influential characters that we see ourselves connected to. Definitely. Down that line. But I think I only got one smaller question for you. Okay. To wrap this up. Okay. So I'm going to say to you, beach trip or city break? Beach trip or city break? Oh, bro, I'm a city boy. Like, this is why I put this one on you. I'm a city boy, and so for me, if I ever see anybody choose anything that's not city based, I feel a betrayal. Do you know what I mean? I hear you. And if I'm honest, like all of my favorite trips, like away, have been to Toronto, New York, Portland, Athens. Like, I like going to cultural centres around people, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to say a city break. I want to go somewhere where the people are, but people that think differently to me and feel differently to me. It may be a really cool thing to look at. What about yourself, bro? So I love the city as well, but I think the more I've grown, I think definitely doing Snowden, my culture's been more to outside. Okay. And I've had these dreams for so long where it's that whole, you're walking through all the palm trees in the middle of the jungle, and then you just break through that jungle line and you just see that crazy untouched beach. Yeah. That beach that like no one's been to yet. White sand, the blue water. I see that, and I've always... Did someone say Maldives? Are we going Maldives? Listen, don't tell me now. I'll book the flight right now. Maldives blog 2022? Is it coming? Who knows? Hey, I'm telling you. And like there's that, and then I think for me, I really want to go walking with elephants. Yeah. That sounds beautiful. So
Definitely.
Okay. Guys, we want to hear, what would you choose? What would your getaway be? And what would you do on this getaway as well? Definitely, that's what
100%. I want to see it. Put it in the comments.
Yes, sir.
Share that and let's see what you got to do.
Yep. Bro, it's been an emotional one. It's been a powerful... Not as emotional as last week, for sure. Last week got went to that level.
Like, last week one, I'm sorry, yeah? Like, but you know what? We got to share what we be putting out there, and we got to share real life things to make you understand it is okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave feedback. Please leave comments. Please get in touch. We can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Yes, indeed. See you next week.
We out!